Welcome to this kind of special video, more or less. I have no idea in what kind of way this video will go in the end. I'm starting this video here on my YouTube like video overview and like specifically pointing out towards like the last couple of videos where I already like published or like uploaded my live solves for like the last couple of rounds, including like Brazil and MECC. But I decided to not list any of those videos until like yesterday when the Road to Las Vegas March battle happened, and I decided, yeah, I'm just published a live attempt. Nothing is like out there to be lost. But I kind of started with this whole live attempt recording thing for me personally to see where I'm going with the live attempts and what is my thinking under like the stress, under like the pressure of a competition, to better like analyze how I do mistakes or like kind of see where improvement potential is. So that's the kind of way I decided to approach this entire thing. So I'm going to always rewatch my video afterwards. Or most of the times I'm going to rewatch my video afterwards, and then realize, yeah, I could have done this better and that better and stuff like that. So I now decided, yeah, why not simply record my reaction more or less to my own live attempt. So I have here the Road to Las Vegas Battle 3 open here, which is public. Dim commented already, and I might unlist this video if this video gets published. So we will watch more or less this entire video. It's 35 minutes, but I will watch it with a higher speed. And in addition to that, I also have like the my solution file open, or my competition file, and like the solution files with the answers. And I have my Lambda file open in case I need everything. And I opened like leeches. If you want to add me, you can add me. So we can do a few like chess things or anything like that if we ever are in the need of this, because this is like a chess case. So without further ado, let's dive right into this case. Yeah, I'm doing 1.75 speed.
Welcome to XD Sports Las Vegas Battle 3. Yeah, this is live, so it won't get published, never published.
Yeah,
Possibly.
it will get published, but I will be watching also like with commentary, or like turn off or on the commentary more or less. It's now like starting the competition. The entire video is not recorded, but you see I'm skipping like the case animation video a few times. So yeah, let's just watch it and then pause if anything special happens.
Ich wollte sagen, das ist C2, C3 quasi. Das ist die Notation.
Yeah, more or less to explain what my initial thought in the video, to say something like it's about text annotation, and I didn't 100% realize that and thought we might have to move pieces around. So I decided, then we will see that like in a bit. We decided to.
Also Maze Lambda sollte das können.
Yeah, I'm focusing a bit on like the Maze Lambda thing, and like deciding to write out the abbreviations of the symbols, which is I think okay, but then I decided to, yeah, most of the things are like special, but then I'm deciding to like write out how the knight moves in like the given circumstances, and yeah, changing this to like row column things and realizing everything is fine. It's absolutely unnecessary. I'm saving this as knight movement, and that's exactly also why I more or less have it like here. My lambda notation is like if I have 2 underscores at the start, that's something only relevant for one case, and all of my standard lambdas have like 1, and I'm not deleting this. And I also changed my alphabet lambda, I notice, to be lowercase, which is fine, I guess, or was like necessary. I didn't use it in the end, but I thought this might be useful, but in the end, I want to change it back because I think uppercase is more useful, and you can of course switch it a lot of times. Yeah, I think I'm like rewatching the video and googling long algebraic notation in chess, looking if there's a German version, but there is no German version. So I'm going down and realizing that I'm looking at the completely wrong thing, because you kind of need to go to long algebraic notation, because this is like the general algebraic notation, so not useful. And here I'm looking like, realizing, yeah, I need to figure out this, because I mean, maybe let's go like to the chess kind of thing. You see, like e4 is just saying e4 because this is like the target field, and you're not seeing e2 to e4, which is long algebraic notation, because e4 is like a unique code. And yeah, of course, black is now. And if you then move like knight f3, you see it here. You see knight f3. You do not include like the starting field. And if there are multiple things that can move towards there, then you of course make this. For example, here, this pawn could, I can't draw this pawn, and this pawn can hit. I need to make another move. And now you say fx e4, but this is like short algebraic notation, which is like more common nowadays, but we are dealing with long algebraic notation, which is much easier to deal with in case of an Excel esport case. It's a bit of chess knowledge. I'm far from being good at chess, but I played a bit like a few times, so that's why I know. Yeah, here I'm like changing the entire thing, and now the case starts. Downloading it like on the second piece, and learning from the Brazil round, which I absolutely was really poor in like the last weekend, to read like the initial kind of thing. So I'm kind of reading through it, that like it's everything, and all the English notation, which is just like the prefixes.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, realizing everything is good and castling and deciding to ignore it. Regarding like bonuses versus not bonuses, I thought about this for a few moments, especially also like after Las Vegas last year. But since the European Open rules mention specifically that there's no bonus lockouts in the European Open, and my in-person focus is somehow now specifically focused on the European Open in Amsterdam, I decided to also practice with going with what I think is the best strategy in order to maximize your points, is go levels and then bonuses. This is definitely my strategy until Amsterdam, and maybe after Amsterdam I will switch back or try to like imitate the Las Vegas circumstances also in like your practice runs. So start with bonuses and then move towards the levels.
Schweiz. Index von dem.
Yeah, that's just an index, I think, and it's just an index, and I think I'm
Index
like
von dem.
realizing pretty fast that you can just, it's like white black, so times 2 minus 1. It's fast. I don't think I'm checking hints of that. Yeah, then I'm creating like a table, and I'm personally towards the like the thing, you want to create a table that's doing something useful. And now
left piece, prefix piece. Also,
yeah, here what I initially thought is that you need to return. Let's go into this. I thought you need to return like either the piece or the name, and not like the prefix, because the prefix is written there. And I didn't realize that like the main challenge is to account for the G2, which is like a pawn in that case. So I'm doing left and realizing now that that's wrong, and doing like a
exakt A. Dann A. Sonst ein Aber.
So it's more or less just a simple formula to check if this is an uppercase because then it's like the right thing. Otherwise, you need to. Otherwise, it's a pawn. But I'm doing this completely wrong, and then copying it over here and realizing I did make a mistake. Realizing and realizing the mistake is simply easy fix. I'm fixing it for 21, but not copying it down, but instead deciding to submit my answers and moving on to the next level. So that's where I missed a few of my answers. If you do it right here and putting it, you see I got all of those questions wrong, and the entire fix is this, and I get like full marks for this specific level. But yeah, that's something you can't really, and that's a stupid mistake, but stupid mistakes happen.
Start of the board. Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at like the entire board and deciding to copy this to a new sheet and giving it a name. Realizing I haven't imported my lambdas yet now, and it's just like an index of this in this entire thing.
Mache ich ASCII-Ref oder mache ich?
And I think the main issue here is that this is like case sensitive. If I go back towards it, maybe I don't want it to be case sensitive. And I mean, my index RCR in board is simply, I think it's yeah, I'm doing like taking this thing right here and converting it to an RC-ref, and my RC-ref, or my address to RC-ref right here, is probably not working because it's like written out here, everything. So I kind of could do something because I have like all of the A, B, C, D, E, and so on with like here. Row reference is of course the text after this, and I could do like a lower version of that, but I don't know if this is like completely necessary, because you can like do an simply easy upper, which we will see in the video.
Was passiert, wenn ich dich upper mache?
Yeah.
Ich glaube, das sollte es tun.
Yeah, and I'm realizing this now in the videos as well, and then I'm realizing, yeah, it's BKR and like the wrong color, and then I'm doing like this is black, copying this over to get like a quick sense of this, copying it, and this is then the board color, which we saw like in the sheet already.
Ist genau falsch rum, oder?
Ist genau falsch herum. It's the wrong way around. That's what I'm saying in German here. But for this scenario, it's completely irrelevant because it's like just flipping it, and this does the trick. It's not like a proper setup for the other one, or for like the next games, I think. But for this specific level 3, it's working, and I think that's fine. So level 4, I think, is a proper step up. And here I'm thinking, shall I do it like single cell, and how do I do it single cell? Because I thought level 4 is most of the time still pretty easy, and this felt like a big step up in difficulty. So I'm thinking a bit what's like the best setup to do this. And
okay, pros.
I'm doing it initially. I want to do it like in a. So I have like the white and
Index von A1, black ist Index von A2. Data table.
And here I'm realizing probably not worth to do it single cell. I don't think it's too hard actually to do it in single cell if you kind of have the right approach. And I think I could have done it, but initially I decided, yeah, let's not do this and go towards data table setup.
Danke. Sind das 100 oder sind das mehr? Das sind 214. Bist du dazu in der Lage?
And here I'm, because my Angabe, which is like instructions, I think in German, is like, I can show it to you in here, for example. My Angabe lambda is like looking at case 1 and returning from case G to set Z, which is ref to call, which is like 702. So of course not XFD, but like to have a proper kind of setup, and I'm only taking cert, but I'm doing like the entire lookup every time. And if I do like EFD, and that's why I'm like difficulty to tell if it can handle 214, but it can handle 214 columns, and it could handle a lot more, but it's working, and that's why I'm like checking how many columns there are. Yeah, I'm not doing the rep calls because I'm stupid and I could have done like a rep calls, but
Startet, die weiße Queen startet in D1.
it's starting like in D1.
D1. If.
Yeah, it's like the wrong way around.
Vor das ist gleich Queen das.
Here, because at this point my entire thought process was about doing it like in a text split, text before kind of way, with like the Bindestrich, we would say in German, the colon. I don't think it's a colon. I have no idea. Like, you know, this symbol right here. To split everything with this, and not looking at like the entire thing on its own, and kind of going through it with like a left mid or like text analysis things. But that's what this entire problem more or less was.
Text after.
Ja, so that's
Ansonsten das.
That's a
Theoretisch müsste mir eigentlich ich muss eigentlich nur auf die White Moves schauen, ja, verbrennen. Eigentlich muss ich wirklich nur auf die White Moves schauen. If left von dem.
And here, then I realized that I only need to look like at the white moves, not at the black moves, and also that I could do like a much easier solution with like looking at like if the left this thing is green.
Dann right, dem 2. Ansonsten das. B6.
And
das hätte ich Single Cell auch keine Probleme.
That's the moment where I realized like single cell would have done it as well.
GF.
Yeah, I'm checking the examples.
Specific of this task, you only care about what type of chess piece did capturing. Not all the different number of moves which pieces responsible for capturing the black queen that were. Whereby the answer is prefix versus
So I'm like copying my level 4 solution. I'm going to partial calculation modus because I have like a data table set up somewhere, and I don't want to auto do this because it could slow down like the workbook.
Das ist die Position von der Queen. Nach diesem. If das Ganze ist gleich.
The main issue what I'm doing right here is that I'm not
left
kind of in realizing that it's like white and black queen distributed, but I think that's fine.
Oder ein A lang. Ja, wobei. NE5. Black Queen. Gut, das heißt ich
now I realized it's like the other way around.
I8. war eigentlich auch nur weit von dem einfach.
And I'm like adjusting a few things. I don't 100% recall what I'm currently adjusting here, but I think I'm like trying to adapt my model to some extent to be more to just be useful for the black women. I have no idea what exactly I'm adjusting.
Das ist die Befürchtung, dass meine Solution nicht vernünftig besonders skaliert, aber.
And here I realized that what I just said in German to myself is that I have the thinking that my solution doesn't scale very well for future levels, so for level 6 and 7. But it works for level 5, and it also kind of works for 6, not for 7, so that's like the main issue.
Es ist nur halt jetzt die Move-Reihenfolge anders. Weil Weiß Move zuerst, if das Ganze ist gleich das.
So here I'm realizing that's the current position of the queen, and white moves afterwards. This is always like the newest piece of like white, and this is the piece where the black queen is. So I'm just checking if those two are
von dem. Ansonsten in A.
Yeah, I'm doing an A.
Jetzt Dame. Ja, das klingt gut. Das.
I'm just looking because I'm seeing this is error message. This is checks whether value is an error other than an A and returns true or false. So if I have an A, then this returns false. Okay, so I need is error, which is right, because I almost never use is error. Is error. I'm always using like is error. And there's the if error? No, that's not. Okay.
Dann in A.
I mean, of course, I kind of get the sense.
Ja, schon richtig aus.
And that's a mistake I'm like doing, or a mistake in the making.
Aber dann das. Ansonsten P. Und das.
That's a solid point, because it could be like a pawn that's doing.
Glaube ich 17 Minuten.
And here, that's the main issue towards my solution, and why I'm like wrong, and also like the that's exactly what we are seeing right here is the reason why I'm like 12th, I think. Why I think I'm 12th and not 3rd, because I can go into my file. We will see it later on for the bonus as well. Going towards level 5. If we go to, I think it's game 70, for example. No, game 70 is fine. 71, yeah. If we go to 71, it's of course possible that this spills right here, because the queen that's on g5 here gets captured, but then later on, so that's why this gives me right here from like this bishop that's moving from h4 to g5 and capturing it, but later on another bishop, or the same bishop, I have no idea, it must be the same bishop, moves to the g5 field again and gives me like this, and later on a knight moves as well to g5. So I have like 3 things that are not NA. Of course, I'm only interested in the first, because the first is like the only real capture, or like the only capture thing. But since I have like here my data table set up, which should be a few, which just be right over here, then 71 could just spill, and like I'm only taking like the first thing here, because this is specifically pointing towards that and not the entire dynamic array, and this also. And if I then just update this, you see 71 gets like this entire correct thing. And if I input this in here, then that's wrong, because that's pointing to the wrong things, because I changed it afterwards for like bonus 4. But if I do this right here and copy it over here, then you see it's like all of the right answers, which I didn't do in the competition. We will see it like immediately. And if I would do a spot check, I would already see at this moment here, I'm seeing calc errors, but 90 gives me like a spill error and not a calc error, which means there is something wrong there. That's not like the X. And here I'm just checking what happens if there's an error, and then just writing the if error, which is like an error I made in there, because I'm like also overwriting 90 towards this entire thing. Luckily for level 5,
König F1, RC1 oder X, ja.
For level 5, it's only relevant to one level, which is lucky for me, because this could have easily costed more than one thing. But so yeah, I'm looking towards level 6. You see, I mean, I started recording like 5 minutes before the competition, so I'm like in roughly 30 minutes, which is a good time. So I'm looking here on level 7. I'm realizing it's like 26 minutes already that I'm recording, but I think that's
auch tatsächlich nicht so kompliziert. Ich schalte es mal ganz kurz.
Since we are now looking at the king and are not interested if it's captured, because the king can't be captured, I'm decided to copy my level 6 solution. I should keep it more. And here, this is like a pretty good thing from my side during the competition, is like to realize I thought my level 5 solution doesn't scale a lot, doesn't scale good. So I'm interested in, is my solution really not scaling well, and I should like adapt something in the model, because right now I'm like 15 minutes time still. So I'm looking at like the level 7 instructions and realizing I think it's doable with my current structure.
Castling. In dem Fall geht es nur den Black King.
So yeah, like adapting my level 4 solution towards level 6 and realizing.
Schwarze König ist I8.
And realizing that's it already. If I would ignore like the casting rules, that's already my solution. But of course, you need to do like the casting rules, and so I'm copying over the casting rules towards there.
G8.
Just writing this in here. And I think I'm doing like an X lookup, yeah, of the move.
Here, return from here.
There, locking cell references.
If error.
I have this marker here to lock cell references.
Das. C8.
Oh, that's not on purpose, but I don't think you see anything here. So let's move.
Ich habe nicht kontrolliert, ob die maximale Anzahl sich erhöht. Nein, wird sogar niedriger. C8.
Yeah, yeah.
G8, H3. G8, H3.
So I think level 6 was actually easier than level 5 in this specific case.
G8, C6, C8.
Because it's just like level 4 solution with an X lookup, and I think that could have also be done like easily single cell. So I'm looking at level 7, and sometimes you get like this read error. Or
7a, yeah. Gut.
And I think here's where things get a bit more difficult.
King's pawn. Ah, okay.
I have no idea why I'm like. I have absolutely no idea what I'm really doing right here, because it's like the exactly same thing that I've like written already here, but I'm just decided
Level 7 what?
Because that's like really exactly the same thing, which is right here, and I have no idea why I'm doing this. But yeah, it seems I haven't realized it.
Und left von dem und das.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking up, and
the lookup,
to the lookup is like the wrong thing, but because it's to the match, because I wanna get like the Excel address of the Black King and do it lower.
Yeah.
And that's the right thing. So I have like the starting position of this specific piece.
Let color wie das. If color ist gleich black, dann all das, ja. Ansonsten dasselbe, nur ist der X-Lookup dann nicht in I. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, A, I, J. Wir brauchen dann nicht left, sondern wir brauchen nicht C, sondern wir brauchen B. Und wir brauchen hier B8.
Right here, there are a few mistakes because, first of all, I don't realize that this is asking for a few more things than just move the king around, which is this lookup table right here, and my movement from level 6. And on the other side, there are a few like technical kind of things and that I should have done like the other way around if I would have realized that is a bit more complicated. And also, for example, here I just changed like this C8 and this C8, but I missed like changing this C8 here. So it's like that, yeah.
214. Das heißt, es müssen aber mehr sein.
Yeah, it's like
das Problem ist, also zum einen brauche ich das hier noch. Ja, für Point G1, C1.
And here I still haven't realized like what's the question, because I think the question is what's like the last move, and the question is not what's the last move, it's
nicht unique, sondern if das Ganze ist gleich das.
Oh, I thought about unique moves, but of course a move can, we just saw it earlier, and just doing this entire thing, it's like the piece is 2 times on G3, but we still want to have like G3 multiple times. So I'm doing just, if this is like the same, then an A, and then doing like a 2 call kind of thing with like 3 to get like all of the symbols. But there are a few issues with this solution. Because first of all, a piece can be captured, and my rook card setup is still completely horrible. And I decided, okay, that's a bit more difficult than I expected. I already spent a few minutes on this, and I have like 10 minutes to go, and I haven't even looked at the bonuses. So I decided, yeah, let's look at the bonus, especially the easy bonuses, to answer them, and then move on with level 7. So I'm doing like a bonus 1, which is a pretty easy question.
Left von dem
ist gleich Knight. Yeah, it was a bit of a setup error, but I think I dubbed this. 142.
417.
I think I would have a proper bonus setup to do this because I have a bonus lambda, but I think it's easier to do this. That's like the first move. For reference, it's the king's pawn. Interesting, because when I play chess, I always play like this move. You saw it right here. I play always the king's pawn first and not the queen's pawn, but that's a topic for another video probably, if ever. What was the question for level 3? For bonus 3. How many castling moves have been made? Yeah, so that's just like more or less the same thing, but now it's like the entire thing and not just the first move, and then count something specific. It's a bit annoying to do it. So I'm doing it like this, and then copying this 4 times, and yeah, manually adjusting.
293 bis 312.
And for the last one, it's going a bit further.
337 bis F6.
And
3-3.
you notice maybe, and I don't say it in the competition, but it's like only going towards HL, which is right here. But
Bis 3, 5, 6.
I don't know if I have a proper look. I thought I had a proper look at
Nein,
this.
Stopp.
Yeah, here I'm thinking it's like, what's the most error, but I'm doing like an appears in a way if this is like one of those things, and it's like 146.
Machen wir die Queenswurf.
So now I'm looking at
Level
bonus
4.
4, and I immediately recognize I'm looking at my level 4 solution, but realizing that this is actually like
Ist
the...
das die Queen-Position? Moment, ist das nicht eigentlich einfach
Yeah, then I'm realizing it's like only...
Bonus 4?
It's like, in fact, just the level 5 solution applied to level 4. And I have like a proper level 5 solution, so I can just do this. And you realize the word proper is a bit wrong in that context, because I have like this specific issue right here. So I'm doing a copy here, which is actually wrong, because I just changed the example and not the game numbers, which is like 81, but I will realize this later.
Ich bin captured aus all Level 4. Gibt es ein Level 5? Fragt doch. Who has the Queen?
Ja.
Ja.
Something someone
Danach sollte das eigentlich
pointed out in the chat
muss ich jetzt nur noch umbauen.
earlier is that promoting. I can show you promoting. Do I want to show you promoting? An easy example of promoting. Oh, that wasn't the plan. In this case, that's like promoting, and I run this in the background as well.
Was ist so?
And I'm the thing I'm doing here is rebuilding more or less the exactly same thing I already did from level 4 to 5 to adjust like for the different colors, because one time I'm interested in white and black.
Was ist Bonus 5?
And here I'm like, for one moment, it's a bit more difficult than I expected, mostly because my setup is poorly, but then I'm just looking at level 7.
E4.
I have absolutely no idea, and I just rush out E4, because you see, I always start with the move E4, and I think, yeah, the middle is kind of contested in a chess game. Maybe it's E4. It's not E4, but I didn't expect that this is the right answer. And here I realize I haven't copied in something from somewhere.
Okay, das passt.
Did I do a level 5 solution? A bonus 4 solution? I don't think I...
Königin ist D1.
Yeah.
Also Königin ist D1, ja.
Yeah.
Und if left, das, dann bewegst du das und das ist schließlich das. Also 7 B6, ja, fair point. So.
So this is now like
Das
a
waren nicht die Level 4 Codes, oder?
proper solution. This is like a proper solution. And now I realize I didn't use level 4 codes, but the level 5 codes. So now I have like, this is if the black queen, I think, is getting captured and not the white queen. But those are like still the wrong data, and I realize this. And I'm thinking I still have it right here. And I just can copy over this and doing this. And now the entire thing is counting how many times this is not x. I'm like, count if? No, it's unequal x. And then sum minus minus. 23 is the answer, with not accounting for promotions towards the queen, which actually happened in one of the cases. I think someone
könnte ganz okay sein.
Okay, I'm like already finished because I was like in much of a rush at the moment, because like bonus 4 took me quite a long time, so I couldn't really come back towards level 7. I actually thought I did come back towards level 7, but yeah, this might be true that I didn't come back. So one thing to notice, because I'm like at the end of the video, is one thing I want to notice is like the two small errors right here. If I do like my bonus 4 set up properly and have like this thing right here, moving it here, that's fine. But if I do like example 5, moving it over here as well and copying the level 4 codes towards here and redo it and copy it in here, you see I get 25, which is not the right answer. Yeah, it's the right answer, but I'm copying it into the wrong field. It's like bonus 4, of course. So that's why I didn't get the points. So that's like 60 points I didn't get because I did a poor job on them. And I don't think it's like related to level 4. I think it's relating to level 5 because it's like, I mean, yeah, of course you need the input data, but the big question is like what this relates to level really indicates. So, and the other thing I wanted to talk about briefly is like bonus 5 and my entire level 7 setup, because I don't know if I'm going to solve it like fully properly. But first of all, this entire thing is not a good setup. What I want to have is, I kind of want to keep it to some extent at least. I want to still have like the color, which is this, but I'm going to lock it. Then what I'm interested in is like in two ways. The move is like index, or like if C is equal to white, then that's the relevant move. Otherwise, it's that. Yeah, that's true. So that's the move I'm interested in. And then the start field is equal. The start piece. No, it's the start field. It's if left of move. It's like the exact thing. I already did a few times. Left of the move. If this is exactly the same, so it's like it's an uppercase, then I'm interested in mid move starting 2-2. Otherwise, I'm interested in left move 2. So I kind of think I should delete this entire thing right here. So STF is like B1. And since I only can have one piece on one kind of thing, what I then also need is like end field, which is always right move 2. So if start field is equal to this, then end field, otherwise give me the start field. And if I copy this down, I don't know, I'm only getting E1, which doesn't seem quite right for 7B. Yeah, because the first move is like a king's move, but I'm going to like E7 and this entire thing right here. That's already like giving me every single move. I think that should be working. It should be working, but one of the things I'm looking on level 7B but that's like queen and king is like exchanged, I think. So what I need to do is I kind of need to do this towards black and this towards white to have it like switched again. And if I do this, I'm getting like starting in e2, which is right. Is it right? Black king's pawn. The black king's pawn. Starting in e7. Both color. It's e7, so that's right, I think. But why do you keep telling me? Oh, I'm looking at like the wrong thing. So yeah, so this entire thing was right. So you see now, that's like my solution here: e7, e6, f5. But then I'm getting like captured. So what I really need is like getting right. If this thing blocking is equal to black, then I need to get the white move. Otherwise, I need to get the black move. And I need right two of this. And since white starts, if this is, so if we are interested in the black move, so if this is black here, then this is the white move, but it needs to be the next white move. If this is black, then it needs to be the next white move. So it's b9. Otherwise, it's c8, because then like we are interested if it is captured on this specific piece. And now I am inserting here two columns, and if this is equals to this, then that's captured. So is that right? E7. Where would we move? We are not moving at all. That's suspicious. We are starting in e7, and here we would or should move. Okay, now I'm a bit suspicious. Yeah, that's an error. I think that's, yeah. I think now we are getting somewhere. So it's like e7, e6, yeah, f5, and here we are captured. So that's like a working solution for, it's like if this is, so if we are captured, then, no, it's like, take out of this X match true in here. If error, like an arbitrary high number. So I'm getting like everything. Conquered. And of course I needed to call 3 beforehand. So I have like EF, F6, F5, but since I'm like, this is a bit one set off, I need -1 right here. And this solution right here is what I kind of was aiming for in the competition. And this won't get me full marks, but it will get me a lot of points. Because the only thing I'm like ignoring, and this is like something that's would complicate it a few things a lot, is like doing, it's like a look into kind of stuff like the Rochat, the entire Rochat thing, which moves like rooks and kings. That's the entire thing that I'm like completely ignoring here for this level, and it would have only costed me like a few points, and I kind of expected that it would solve the entire thing, but during the moment you saw it, and also because bonus 4 took me quite a long time, and also debugging here is taking me a few kind of steps, but if you get like this entire logic right and don't screw up like easy things like doing this right here and stuff like that, it's not too difficult. For the Rushard thing, the thing I would do is like have here the Rushards and have here like the all of the possible things and doing like an advanced index. I'm not doing this now, but I did it yesterday already to like adapt the solution, but I'm not showing it to you, but just like explaining to like have here the Rushard to do like an advanced index or like today lookup to have like here and here like the different pieces and look it up always in here, and if it's an error then do this thing, otherwise take this piece right here. And so the only thing that's like changing now from like perfect score is like bonus 5. For bonus 5 I wouldn't have got this at all during the competition, but I think the most useful way I thought about it, or how I would approach it if I would have had like the time, is like if I can do it like here. If this kind of thing is unequal to blank, then give me this and this, otherwise an A. And now I can do like 2 row 3. And now it's like game 138, which is like to call of this entire thing. And the only thing I'm like interested is now like taking this situation right here. I have no idea where I'm putting this. It's here, I think, yeah. To take like this entire thing, I think you can also ignore like the white kind of thing. You're only like interested in, move. It's like this. And you have like a starting field and an end field. And all you want to do is, if this is equal to starting field, then give me end field. Otherwise, check if this is equal to end field, then give me an A. Otherwise, give me this. So what this does is, you see, we're starting with G1 to F3. If we search for G1, this moves like to F3. And if I copy this down, I will get like an NA starting here, because we're getting like C4. This piece is like C4, and this is like a cutting out piece 4, so we're getting an ace, and down here we already have a lot of LNAs. And now the only thing I kind of need to do is, I'm doing like dynamic array things. That's fine. I can just do this to not be dynamic erase and copy it down. Rotates you could like either do like manually or not at all, or you need to do them, but you can do them manually, or if you have like a proper working solution for level 7, you could do them here, and then just to call 3 on that and account. It's giving me H1. I think that's the wrong answer, or is it the right answer? I mean, I think it's the wrong answer. It's like G3, I think, yeah. It's like the second piece here. But this could have given me also like an indicator. Why this is wrong at the moment is because I'm like ignoring the rotate thing. And the rotate thing is not just one move, but also like a hell lot of moves afterwards. That's in there. That's my model here is simply wrong. And to add like one final note, this setup right here could also work for like simply level 7, I think. Because everything I need to do here is like figuring out what this is like the start piece. I should call it for like the final part of the video. So it's like this is like the starting cell, and this is like the entire path of this piece. So all I need then to do is like, and it's also NA as soon as it's like hit and out of the competition. So yeah, I kind of hoped you liked this like insight into my thought process, and what I'm taking from me after the battle is like put data table setups not too close to your data, or make sure to not let it spill. Copy down your answers, log cell references, and maybe for like level 7, probably to realize when your setup needs a huge step back to go a few steps forward. So, because I think the main issue with level 7 was that I simply did not do my setup well enough. Yeah, thanks for watching. If someone watched the entire 57 minutes, I mean, my video is 1.7 speed. I don't know, Dim probably will watch this with 2 times speed. So he watched my YouTube video with 4 times speed, or more or less, or even 3 times speed. So, but yeah, I hope you liked it. And if you want to more debriefs, I can't promise anything, but then I will do this. And one note, final note for everyone that's made it so far and has not watched my full live solve. I mean, I showed it in the video. I will now unlist this my live solve again, but I will link my live solve in the video description here. So if you are really interested in watching this, like only the live solve without my stupid commentary, but only my stupid German commentary during your competition, then you can watch this as well. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and see you next time, or sometimes ever in person or anywhere else. Bye.